Miss Rinna Estrella-Gustilo, the administrator and founder of the group Only in the Philippines is with us from the land of the Vikings, Minnesota, USA. How are you, madam?
I'm fine. I'm fine. How about you?
Okay, I'm good. Tell us, who are the others that are involved in this group?
Okay, I did not start the group alone. I want to make it clear. Jing Sian is also one of them. And Jose Villanueva, we call him Joel. And the three of us were together since day one. And they really play a big part. What's nice, kasi they're in the Philippines and I'm here in the US, so we get to cover all the time zones, you know. We have our own shifts to make sure somebody's monitoring every.
But how did this group sprang about?
Well, we used to be connected with other groups before. We were moderators and administrators, and there were some things that were missing, that were kulang, that I mean, we sensed that there was something missing or something that some rules that we didn't agree with. So we just pulled out all the lessons to be learned, and then eventually we didn't start the group overnight. Okay, we really took time to really put it together, to put all our ideas together based on experience. It's not bara-bara, you know, and how we vision, what vision do we envision rather, how do we envision the group to be? What's our goal? We want to make sure that we have a step goal for it.
Are you aware that the outcome of your page to date will be this popular, madam?
You know, I'm not sure if it's really super popular, but what I know is
well, with 25,000, 30,000 followers, that's a little popular for me.
Okay, well, what we were after was not the quantity really, but the quality. And what we noticed is that more started inviting friends and relatives to the group, because what we emphasize to them is we want a big barkada feeling. We don't want it to feel big barkada. We want it to feel like a barkada.
All right.
Yeah, we're everywhere, you know, because if you have friends there with you, then you start conversing and others will start joining in. And that's what we want. That's our goal, to have that chemistry, you know, for people to get along really, really well. Yeah.
What were some of the responses of the followers? What were the responses that you mostly get nowadays?
Nowadays, you know, I get a lot of private messages from many of the members, and I try to you know, answer back or to hear out what they're trying to say. You know, a lot of them like it, like the fact that it's a neutral ground. We don't want anything political in it that would cause arguments or you know, fights, or arguments or exchange of foul languages. We don't want that. You know, we just want it to be a place where everyone can travel back in time, or focus on the various gifts our country has and have fun together. That's what we want.
You know, I'm seeing some transition in your page here, from the old photographs to, well, not to old photographs, and to talents, to different individual member achievements, and mostly what the Philippines is today.
Yes, you know what we want to emphasize is everything that makes our country different or unique, you know, and of course our history is different. We have a lot of in our history. There's so much to share that makes our country different from other Asian countries or even other countries around the world. You know, really precious infos and stuff. Or it can also open the door for us to understand why we have certain attitudes in our culture.
Ugali.
And then at the same time, we also want to travel back to decades in the past during our childhood years so that we can reminisce together and share our thoughts together.
I see that a lot in your page.
Yes,
I see a passion of Miss Rinna Estrella-Gustilo of living in the past.
No, it's just nice to reminisce, especially now, with the COVID happening. Well, a lot are feeling down because they're stuck at home. But when you go to our page, it's like we're all traveling back together, and sharing fun moments together. And I like that. And it opens the door for people to get to know each other at a deeper level. It's amazing that there's so many friendships that's developing in our group. Even me, like for example, even the other two admins, I've never ever met them, and yet
Wow.
it feels like I've known them all my life.
I would imagine that you guys like barkada in the past.
Actually, it feels that way. We don't even keep secrets from each other, but we met through the past groups that we were with. And that's the part I like, about our group. I want our group to open the door for people to get to know each other, and at the same time to have fun together, and reminisce. And I have one member who wrote to me. She was thanking me for the group because, she's facing a lot of problems, personal problems. And she says every time she visits the group, she forgets her problems. It's like a good break from it, And so I like that. That's what we're...
That is what Miss Rinna Estrella-Gustilo is actually doing nowadays. Tell me about your service to humanity.
Well, I battled a rare form of cancer in 1999, and I survived. A lot of unexplainable miracles happened. Well, from that time on, unexpectedly, I started getting calls and visits from people facing struggles. So I decided to walk with them voluntarily to provide them the support they need and to give them hope.
People call you for counseling.
Yes, you know what I find amazing? I don't have a website, no web page, none. But there was a time I got a call from Switzerland, even from Brussels. I mean, it's like, all I can say is God works in mysterious ways. He's the one opening the door, and all I do is just give my all in providing them the support they need, and to give them hope. Really, I pray for them.
The service is to give them hope.
Yes,
we are all tasked to do something.
Yes, and there's some who have passed away, but I help them let go of what they need to let go before leaving, before departing.
I also noticed that you're wearing a very nice, stylish eyepiece protective. Is that a protective eyepiece of scientific ba yan?
When I battled sinus cancer in 1999, they had to pass through my eyes with the radiation. I had 32 daily chemo and radiation. I didn't lose my hair. That's one of the things that baffled me.
You still look beautiful, madam.
Matandaan na rin ako, no? Pero you know what? I'm thankful. I learned so much through that whole experience, really. I learned so much. And because they passed through my eyes, the radiation, I've become sensitive to light. It's called photosensitivity.
Yeah,
and
photosensitivity, right?
Yes, very sensitive to light. So I have to wear a special kind of lens. This is not the type that you buy in stores my doctors designed for me. So
Right. So hindi ka pwedeng mag-shooting na kasama ako, masyadong maraming ilaw. We'll just probably get Mr. Gustillo to join me and be my assistant director.
Yeah, he'd be more than happy to help you.
Okay. If you were given an opportunity, madam, okay, if there was a time machine in between of us here, dito, sa gitna natin, and the operator is asking you, madam, before you get into the time machine, which part of our history or the past would you like to be in? Would you like to go back to?
If I'm given the chance to travel back in time, I would go back to the 1920s. Why? I want to experience the 1920s with my grandma.
Your grandmother?
I want to be more like a barkada to her and experience all the stories she shared with me, with her. Because the way she shared them with me, ever since I was young, it made me decide to really travel back in time. Because it was detallado and it sounded like she had so much fun that time. And the Philippines was so different. The way she shared it, iba.